Hi there guys and welcome back to MCI Studio. I'm Pippin Henderson and today we are talking hardware, or more specifically the V Studio 20. It is the first in a set of 3 V Studios, the others being the VS100 and the all-famous flagship that is the VS700. Now this may be the first in the series, but don't let that put you off, and I think that by the end of these tutorials you will realise it is in no way the underdog. Here we have the V Studio 20 all set up and ready to go. So let's take a look at some of the functions and what this V Studio allows us to do. First off, let's look at the outputs available. At the top left on the side we have the power supply, which in this case is a USB 2.0 connection. This plugs straight into the computer without the need for a separate power source such as a plug. Below this we have our monitor output. These are phono connections. Underneath this we have a foot switch connection which would allow us to control the transport, i.e. play, stop, record, etc. Below that we have the choice to add an expression pedal, allowing us to alter volume or insert a wah effect, and below that we have our headphones. On the other side we have our inputs. At the top we have space to insert a single XLR. The VS20 also supports phantom power for those of us using condenser mics. I will show you later how to turn this on. Next are 2 line jack left and right connections for use with an MP3 player, etc. And last we have the Hi-Z bass guitar jack connector. There is also an internal stereo mic here. To switch between the inputs available we have 4 buttons here. Mic 1 refers to the built-in stereo mic, mic 2 is the XLR, and we have line and guitar and bass. It is possible to select both mic 2 and the guitar and bass inputs for simultaneous recording, putting the guitar and bass on the left channel and mic 2 on the right channel. To do this, hold down the mic 2 button and tap the guitar bass button once, tap mic 2 again to remove it. As well as being a great portable audio interface, it also offers compact but extremely useful door control functions. We have 4 banks or track groups, each containing 8 tracks with its own fader, adding up to a brilliant 32-track door control capability. We are able to select each track by hitting the associated number underneath, which will arm whichever track you choose, seen visible by its LED light. The faders are ultra sensitive, meaning you can make the slightest adjustment, making it essential for anyone who enjoys writing automation into their mix. Okay, so let's talk about the software that comes bundled with the VS20. Here we have the VS20 editor, a very powerful multifunctional software that is in many ways at the heart of the VS20. From here we can choose from over 40 genuine boss effects, including guitar to bass, vocal harmony, distortion and pitch correct, as well as some really cool guitar presets. And of course, each preset can be altered using the 4 pedals seen here. Each one contains a variety of settings that is unique to each pedal, and if you wish to delve deeper and alter these effects even further, simply click on the Detail button to bring up all the parameters available. Of course, we have our universal settings up here: gain, bass, treble and so on. Our universal reverb, which offers room and hall settings. This and the other settings can be switched off by clicking the red button seen above. Here is where we can go through our boss settings, but we can also use the VS20 to cycle the settings using the built-in patch select buttons. Here we can also see a bypass button. The editor features 2 main areas: the preamp, which you are seeing now, and vocal. This is where we can alter the parameters of our vocal harmony and pitch correct settings. We will go further into each effect in the next tutorial, but the universal settings such as reverb and even the pedals can all affect and alter the sound of the vocals. And because we have the option to monitor our sound, we can hear these effects in real time. This includes harmony and pitch correction. Let's look now at the buttons over on the right. If we click Master, we see our master output level and a noise suppressor, and of course here we can alter the threshold and release. As on the VS20 itself, we have our bypass button here. Next we have our tuner, which can also be triggered using the tuner button on our VS20. I have had experience with a few computer-based digital tuners and usually found them to be less than accurate, but I have to say that this tuner works like a charm, and to have one ready to go right here is only a good thing. Next we have the settings, and from here we can alter a few very important settings such as phantom power. In this window it shows the signal path, but we can also adjust certain levels such as our record level. Normally to increase our input we would use the built-in sense knob here and tweak until the peak indicator starts to show. But if you are not getting enough level from this, you can up the record level here. The USB mix level is to be increased if you need more volume from the mix, for instance, if the mix level is too quiet through your headphones. Here we can choose to hear the direct monitor, useful to have on if you want to hear the effects you are recording in real time. Underneath we have a drop-down box to select the input, just like the built-in buttons I showed you earlier. Our input sense knob, which I also showed, is built into the VS20, and our phantom power switch for condenser mics. At the top we have the ability to choose what we want our pedals to be associated with, and we are able to choose from the following drop-down list. And just below this we have our expression pedal volume. If you have made substantial changes to a certain effect or patch, you can rename and save it for easy retrieval later on. Simply click inside the patch name, rename it, hit enter and click write. In the next tutorial we will look at the guitar tracks program that the V Studio ships with, spend some time hearing some of the great boss effects included and how easy it is to put down an idea on the fly, making this bundle the ultimate portable studio. I hope you've had fun and I will see you next time.